We're going to mutually talk about it.
Dr.
Hi.
Wanda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I just came in. I was
You
in a
look
literally
amazing.
finding out that it's a thank you. This is menopause.
How she sitting? So tell us about you have a lot of things. You're a doctor, first of all,
Yeah.
and then of
Yeah.
course, right, and then of course like the many things you're doing. So tell us about who you are. Don't forget your website, things like that. You put the Hana behind. Hold on for a minute. There. So just
Okay.
talk to us. Talk to us so we know what you're doing. You're doing a lot of work.
Okay. Professor.
Uh-oh. There you go. Sorry. That was
Okay.
me. That was my fault.
I'm a globetrotting professor. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm an education specialist. Um, I'm a full teacher, so I've taught every level, uh, preschool, grammar school, high school, collegiate. Um, I just I want to say I'm kind of winding up the college level. I taught college since 08, 09. And so I am the full professor, teacher, professor. In fact, most professors haven't taught all those other levels because you can actually go from a bachelor's to professorship if you find a school that has an associate's program, because the requirement is to be one degree above your students. And so, yeah, I'm an education specialist. I have my doctorate. It's in professional studies, so it encompasses everything. I didn't have to lose anything. But the main thing I am at this point is sort of um, transitioning. I'm a transnational. I'm transitioning from life in America to life in Africa. And so I have no commitment to any nation. I am a true Pan Africanist. So even when I'm in serving a nation, I let them know, like, I respect your tribes, I'm interested in your tribes, but at the end of the day, I am a descendant of the stolen African. So that I always identify myself that way. And it cuts through a lot of tribalism real fast. So because I'm working with your group doesn't mean I'm only going to work with your group, or that you can sort of hoard resources. And so now I'm here in Ghana. So I started off in South Africa in 2016. Me and my daughter, whatever I do with my daughter. So me and my daughter went there. We stayed for 2 months, and we worked among the Zulus. I taught, I counseled, um, I did outreach among the Zulu people, beautiful people, in a village called Mabola that the whites have called Dirkesdorp. So I stayed there, and from that work, the Ugandans saw me, and they asked would I come to Uganda. The particular gentleman had a special needs school, and so I told him, I said, I can come, but and I've worked with special education, but that's not my specialization. Particularly when they're developmental disabled, because in Africa, those type of children oftentimes are throwaway babies. They leave them in houses, they tie them up, they're associated with curses and witchcraft. So it's a lot of work to do there. It's a beautiful work, a hard work, educating parents on what autism is, what it means to be cognitively delayed, and then all the successes you can have with that. So I did go there. Me and Gia stayed there for 68 days. I went there twice, but the longest we stayed was 68 days. And there it was the same thing. I did um, a variety of work, some of it with the parents, some of it with the babies, some of it with helping to build efficient, uh, getting the type of equipment you need when you're working with special needs students. And so from there, the Tanzanians saw me and they said, "Is it possible?" And I said, "I can come, but I'm not going to have no money." So I had made a call out to various educators I knew, and I said, "These are the things they're telling me that's happening." Tanzanians have been told that education was free, which different African nations are doing that, but they announced that the education is free with no resource. So they're like, "Yeah, we got these students and we don't have enough books, we don't have enough chairs, we don't have." Okay, I can get you what I can get you, but what I can't get you, I can't get you. Okay. So one thing I can always get is books, because Africa has a famine, but the U.S. dumps books. They purge libraries, throw books in the garbage. When they shift out principals or superintendents come into a district, they take whole volumes of books and literally throw them in the garbage. And so I am a dumpster diver. You tell me they over there, I got my little crew, we coming, okay? And it's one of the few things that you can ship to Africa where you don't get penalized by the exports and imports, because they beat you down with mailing anything. It's not even worth it. It's just silly. And so if you can't suitcase it, then yeah, you can use the boat. And so yeah, you don't get hit real hard with customs when you do it that way. So I'm able to get them books and technology. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now. Is that I, as a professor,
Mm-hmm.
an underemployed professor in the U.S. who had been fighting for better wages and better commitment, because they don't really want us to be tenured. It's far more adjunct professors. It's like 70% adjunct, 30% tenured. It really, I knew it was bad when white men was complaining they couldn't get classes. I said, oh, when they knock them out, this is rough. So yeah, I was on that platform arguing and fighting and leading and willing to tell the truth that many of us are on welfare, that we've had to move back in with our parents, that we've sold our assets in order to, we've had to liquidate in order to survive, because you're not guaranteed a course load. And even when you're guaranteed a course load, it's not a load. It's one class here, two classes there. You can't really live off of professorship life anymore. So people see people like Cornel West, and God bless him, but most of us aren't Cornel West. We don't get
Mm-hmm.
to say we're turning down any sort of 10-year anything, because we're lucky if we even get 1 year, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I determined to take whatever they were giving me to keep my professorship alive,
Mm-hmm.
um, mainly because uh, white youth, Asian youth, uh, Latinos, and our own youth need to see Black brilliance. They need to understand that, like, yeah, there are amazing Black professors. We have our own brand. We present materials in certain ways, and that's good. That's good that we have our perspective, much like every other culture. But what I devote my time to is Africa, because a brother told me, he said, "Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you was any place else in the world, they would scoop you up." I had opportunities to teach in Germany. When I went to South Africa, the people that originally hosted me said they knew some German, uh, basically a school, a private school that could get me a position. The youth were encouraged to put their phones up, and they didn't drive their cars to school. And so I said to them, I said, well, if you think I'm that good that I should be in Germany, what about these South Africans? What do they
Mm-hmm.
get? Why can't they get the best of the best?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I give them. I give Africa my absolute best. I don't make it apologize to me for its problems, which she has many. Mama is sick. Mama ain't doing well. Depending on what the issues are, it can be water, it can be solar panel issues, it can be self-esteem issues with girls, it can be, you know, um, all types of stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
only pick up the projects that mean something to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I care about pads and panties. I want young women to be able to not lose school time because they don't have Kotex, or because
Mm-hmm.
tax here in Ghana, the tax on Kotex is intense. It's high. So you have to think now, if a teacher is making 350 Ghana per month, and that's about $50-$60 if that CD is strong, and your Kotex is 20 Ghana, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so they make tough decisions about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I do stuff like I take the locals, I give them the sample of a reusable tampon, a reusable Kotex, that you wash it, you hang it in the sun, and you can wear it again. Okay. And I let the locals build it. The schools I donated to, but I let somebody back in the US sponsor it. I said, listen, do you care about this? You know, you're gonna go to Starbucks. You're getting ready to go, and you're gonna go back to Bath and Body Works, and you're gonna spend at least $100, like having a good time, and that's your money, and you got the right to. But if
Mhm.
it's possible, could you break off 20 of that so I can get these pads and panties to these girls? And if they want to do it, great. If they don't want to do it, I do what I was trained to do when I was a little leftist and a little activist back in Detroit.
Mhm.
I don't waste people's time. I go to the next person, and I'm not mad at you,
I
but
love what you're doing. I
I
love
just go
what
to the
you're
next
doing.
person. Thank you,
Yeah, no,
thank you.
I really like. I really, it's so needed, especially when you've gone to certain places on the continent, and I mean they love you so much, and you're just trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? What do y'all need? Like, what do you functionally need, right? And
Yes,
that's really good for young women, because it, especially when they're young and they can't afford some things that
and
we
the
can
women,
provide.
they all act. Listen, one thing I don't like is this level of uh, there are, at least in Ghana, okay, you got a lot of Christianity. You
Mm,
can't outpray them. You
mm-hmm,
can't outpraise them. But
mm-hmm.
the application, I said, y'all God is weak. He don't do nothing. He don't help you do nothing. You ain't empowered to do nothing. I said, come on now. So, yeah, your mother is a country full of seamstresses. How do you not solve? So that's some of it. Is teaching them to solve. Like, let's critically think and solve. And they've helped me fall back in love with the American black, who, I'm frustrated because they dumped drugs and guns and turn, really turned us into animals on so many levels in these communities that, it hurts me seeing some of the ways that we have just sort of, demoralized ourselves. And then I come back and I go, damn, but I tell you one thing, we help each other, baby. We
Mm-hmm.
will help each. If we got the fried chicken in the back, if we got to get Uncle Ned, I know he drunk, but he will drive. We got, baby, that American black will, and all of my help. This is the truth. If we're gonna tell it, we got to tell the truth. Africans don't really help Africans very much. They don't. When you teach them, they're open, some, but in general, they have them so stressed and desperate and needy that sometimes they forget that, like that old story, Stone Soup. The man shows up and he got that big giant pot and he puts water in it in one rock, and he says, "Ooh, this would sure taste good if I had some carrots." And somebody look out the window and they put a carrot in there. He said, "It would be a lot better if I had a potato." And the lady up the road had. And you can see where this is going. They kept on. Next thing you know, the whole village was eating because they all had something to put in this pot. It's called stone soup. Girl, they don't know nothing about no stone soup. So I get my help from, pretty much brothers and sisters back in the U.S. They support me. I would say 95% of it. Now, what the Africans will do is a little bit of a quid pro quo. So I help them with projects where I personally, like Kwame Ture, will never be hungry. I will never be looking for a place to sleep. There's always somebody that's going to come pick me up. I'll always get a dress dashed to me or an animal. They've gifted me, like Tanzanians. That's where my cows and my chickens and my goats. These are all gifts because they said, "Listen, we don't have anything, but we love you and we appreciate the things that you've gotten to us." So they give to me on their own terms, and I receive them on their own terms. It's actually far more beautiful and more valuable than I understood as a city girl. In a city girl, we don't know what cows mean. You know what I'm saying? Like cow is like the ground beef you get for your spaghetti. It means you're gonna have a good hamburger. But cows for them is wealth. It's wealth, and it's great inheritance. So they've taught me so much about value systems and how you get paid back if you're gonna get paid back, and being able to receive that very graciously. So that's what I do. I bring academic resources, books, technology, any of those phones. I never get on the plane and don't come with people's phones because we run through them. We want the new this or that. But I take the phone with the purpose of one, uh, let's get a robotics program going in these schools because the phone is old and it's junk, that doesn't mean that the motherboard is no good. It doesn't mean that the camera don't work or that the soundboard, you understand? So a lot of phones they can't talk on, but the other features of it allow them to be as creative as they are, because that's the other thing. I see that the Africans are brilliant. They will you'll be over there and they'll make some kind of toy or make some kind of robotic thing. You're like, wow,
We're
really?
so creative. We can do anything. I tell you, in
Anything.
Tanzania, you just get a fundi. They can fix your phone. They can fix they can fix everything. And it's
Yes.
talent and resources and talent and good people. Like, man,
Yes.
I have nothing but happy things to say about Tanzania. I just wish they would allow us to come in and get citizenship, but that's a whole other thing. But I love it.
You know, you can marry you one.
I know.
And be a citizen that night.
I know.
That night,
you know, a lot of people are doing that too. Like I'm actually getting residency through my business, so it's renewable every 5 years. But you know, would I like to have a passport? I sure would like to have an East African passport. But you know,
and I don't know why. I don't even know why, but some of them have pushed back on us coming.
Yeah, Ghana is easy.
Ugly.
Ghana, and actually Sierra Leone and Chief Fode is going to talk about that soon too. But yeah, some places are like making.
Ghana not that friendly with it. Ghana doesn't come off this stuff easy.
Oh.
And I'm married to a Ghanaian.
Oh.
They make it work. They lied. They put their little marketing campaign and got us to come over here. And no, they're not coming up off that citizenship easy. But
well, you know what? We got to start somewhere. I'm
taking care of my little ID card. I'm not worried about it, girl. Listen, the U.S. didn't get rid of me, and they ain't gonna get rid of me. I feel like I never was on that year of the return. I was always doing. This is my ancestral birthright. This for me was always that. It was always the Abrahamic experience for me. Mm-hmm. God told Abraham, leave your nation. I'm going to send you to other nations. Mm-hmm. If you'll bless the people that bless you, and curse the people who curse you, but you will prosper. And so I've been living under that Abraham's daughter. So I'm his daughter about it at all.
Yeah, I had to do my snap for you. So. Oh, where can we got a lot of people backstage? So I want to certainly keep it moving. We, obviously Nana couldn't come with us. I love him so much. I'm so, not upset, but just, I'm upset at the internet services in Ghana and Cape Coast, but you're doing wonderful things and I want people to know about what you're doing. So definitely I don't know if you can drop it here or just tell people about your website, how they can donate, how they can be a part of your organization, anything like that.
I'm no organization. I'm just Dr. Wanda. I pick up individual projects that you get around solar, pads and panties, literacy, and
Can they donate? Can people donate to you?
Donate. I am Dr. Wanda Evans-Brewer throughout the internet. It's always going to be that. So okay. I'm Dr. Wanda Evans-Brewer on YouTube. I'm Dr. Wanda Evans-Brewer on Facebook. Wherever I'm at, I just use the same name, okay? And usually you can find me, Wanda Evans-Brewer, DR. And I do Cash App. I do all the stuff we do, Zelle, PayPal. There's nothing. But I'm not always, here's the thing with me. I'm not always looking for money. I'm not opposed to money. I want money. I need money. But it's not always about the money. Sometimes it's network. Sometimes it's about the contact. Sometimes it's about the access to. Do you understand? Sometimes we need a facility to do something from. So I don't necessarily need the money, although I don't send your money back void. It's always used for the purposes.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Sister Madase Pa. And we'll see you soon. Actually, I want to invite you back to the program. I think we're having a May 15th health like journey thing. So I'll talk to you more about that.
Ghana healed us. That's why we came. We reversed her diabetes, got my blood pressure down, weight. Both of us dropped tremendously. I got rid of sciatica through soursop bitters.
Soursop? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
So
that,
I
oh,
have sciatica.
people can come. They can check me out on Etsy. I'm at Wanda Lands Naturals at Etsy's, and a lot of the things that healed myself and Gia, I actually now am a bit of an herbalist. I always work with the masters. I am a grasshopper, but very much excited about learning. But yeah, I sell a lot of the things that did great healing for me and my daughter there.
Could you also post that link in the general chat, not the backstage one, but the
Okay.
where it says comments? Because
Yeah.
we really need to know everything. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you.
thank you, Madase. Pa.